I'm Mary.
And I'm Jenny.
Couldn't get enough of our podcast?
Well, all right. Here's one more bite. Christine, I noticed on your website you talk about the fact that you use traditional methods for canning and preserving.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any, however, that are like outdated methods or outdated techniques for canning that people should stay away from?
Sealing jars with wax. I don't know if you guys ever had,
Yes.
So wax obviously with time contracts and leaves a space around the wax where oxygen can get inside the jar. So the goal of preserving is really just to make sure no oxygen can get inside at the product, right? So if you're using wax, with time it shrinks and then oxygen is going to be able to get in there. Heating jars in the oven instead of in a water bath. That was a method that was, is considered outdated. And that's mostly because ovens have different temperatures at the front of the oven and the back of the oven. And today's canning jars don't necessarily like dry heat. And then adding a hot, wet liquid in, your jars can crack.
What are some unique things that you've pickled that normally someone would not think of pickling that?
Over the last couple of years, I've gotten into salt fermenting, and I've done some interesting things from the Japanese kitchen. There's a type of sour plum paste that you may have had in different forms of Japanese cooking. It's sometimes put on to some vegetarian sushi, and it's a pink colored, extremely sour plum paste. And my mouth is watering just thinking about it. What they do is they take underripe plums and they salt ferment them, and they soften and they develop this natural vinegar within them, and they're called umeboshi. And it uses a particular type of plum, but I've done it in Niagara with some underripe apricots, some golden plums that are still in their green stage, and I've tried to do it with peaches. I've also tried my hand at kimchi. So kimchi is basically Korean pickled cabbage. So it's not entirely unlike sauerkraut, but it's got a different spice element to it. And they do add some shrimp paste typically, and you can add some really hot peppers. So it's kind of like sauerkraut's city cousin.
That's pickling pro Michael Olson and canning queen Christine Manning.
Pretty tasty stuff, right?
Didn't catch the whole conversation? You can find Shut Your Lid and Can It on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or your favorite platform.
Don't forget to check us out on Instagram at Bits and Bytes Show, or for more at bitsandbytesshow.com.